Welcome to the flowerschool.com video library. I'm Leanne Kessler, Director of the Floral Design Institute, and today I'm here to share with you a contemporary bridal bouquet, a bridal bouquet that's perfect for the on-trend Boho-Chic wedding. So let's get started and see what we can create. Let's start with the flowers. These bright and fabulous blooms, they're all from 50flowers.com. This is the Bohemian assortment. They make it easy. They pick all these fabulous things. They're like a bold splash of color with that wildflower look, lots and lots of texture, a very free-spirited look. You've got green trick dianthus, orange spray roses, stock, status, eryngium, oh my gosh, texture galore. Little tiny baby chrysanthemums, and then the Matsumoto aster. So many different things that work so well together. Perfect for that free-spirited bride. For a sophisticated touch, I added Galix leaves and Tillandsia. The Galix come in green and mahogany and modeled between the two. Either way, fabulous with the collection. The Tillandsia, oh my goodness, they are just gorgeous. See how huge? You can use them in its entirety, or they're equally as beautiful if you remove leaves, using each frond individually and then also using the entire plant. So it's great and flexible and will definitely enhance these flowers. Lastly, I ordered an assortment of the succulents. They too come in a variety of patterns of color and shape, the light green and then the blue green. They can be used separately so that you don't mix and match or combine them. How fabulous. And look at this with the little pink blush. They're all grand. And again, they all look pretty fabulous with the flowers. When you order your flowers with 50flowers.com, they'll advise you as to how far in advance from your event you should bring them in. Several days is usually good because it gives them time to hydrate and bloom out. When you open the box, they'll be gorgeous. Then it becomes your responsibility to do proper care and handling practices. You can find full detail on our website at flowerschool.com. But in this nutshell version, Quick Dip is your friend. Use it on your roses to make sure they drink quickly. And then Flora Life Flower Food is fabulous to keep everything drinking and happy as it hydrates. And these are now 3 days old, and aren't they perfect, ready for designing? The base mechanics of the bouquet, the fabulous European-style bridal bouquet holder from the Oasis Company. They're grand because they give you so much surface area to work, and it holds water so that it keeps the flowers alive and fresh. For the back, you want to cover this, and that's where the Galix leaves come in. Take individual leaves, cut the stems off, and then adhere them to the holder using Super 77 spray glue. It's fast, it's easy, and it works fabulous. And take a look. Once you have it all covered, isn't that grand? It's a beautiful covering, the leaves, soaked with water and flower food, now ready to design. To cover the handle, I'm going to use the woolen ribbon that's so fabulous, using it with U-glue strip to attach it. So you just take the glue, adhere it to the handle, and then once you've got it attached in one spot, pull the tab off, and then stretch it down, around, and back up. It'll go the whole length, one tab up and around. Then starting at the bottom, just attach it to the glue, and then twist, covering round and round, making sure you get the glue to support it, and then working your way all the way to the top until you get it covered. Once you have your base mechanics complete, the fun begins. You can start flowering with all the fabulous 50flowers.com blooms. I'm going to start with a collar of the green trick dianthus, cutting them short, only need about 1 inch or 2 stem, and then placing it right at the side so it overlaps with the Galix and comes up around. Do that all the way around, creating basically a collar for the whole bouquet. The next step is to pave the surface of the foam, totally covering it with your fresh flowers, cutting them short, an inch or two, and then tucking them down into the foam, doing them in groupings. So you might have a cluster of orange roses over here, tucking them in. Maybe one a little bit taller, using the buds as well, and then creating a pattern. So I might group some of the orange there and then bring some of the orange over to this side. Carrying your eye from one side of the bouquet clear to the other. Then coming in with the different varieties. Even the stalk, which is linear and tall, can be cut short and then tucked in, letting that color show well. Tucking it in. Maybe bringing some of that over to the opposite side as well. Always carrying your eye from one side of the bouquet to the other. A bit of the orangium for that fabulous texture. And some of the status for the vibrant, vibrant purple. And again, if you do it on one side, carry the eye over to the opposite side so that you're creating horizontal lines through the arrangement. And when it comes to the asters, there's a little trick with those. The asters, their heads are so heavy and gorgeous that it sometimes makes their stem a little fragile. So if you take a 22 gauge wire, just a small wire, 22 gauge, give it a cut, and then insert it from the bottom of the stem, actually through the stem, up into the top of the bloom, and then set it in, then it doesn't matter that it's fragile. You're not going to hurt the flower. It'll actually hold way, way better. So again, it's cut the stem, take a small wire, insert that up through the bottom of the stem, and then all the way up into the bloom. Don't come back out. You don't want to see it at the top. And then just set that down in. And that way you can pave even with the most fragile stems. The tillandsia and the succulents are the icing on the cake. You want to look at them, remove some of the fronds because they're a little bit bigger than you might need. Just kind of pull it down. Save these. You can use them in the bouquet elsewhere, maybe make a corsage or a boutonniere. Oh, they are so fabulous. Then once you have it groomed, take your knife and give the end a cut. So it's a little bit smaller, so I'm just kind of whittling it to give myself a point. Then using a wood pick, insert a wood pick straight up the bottom. This will help to anchor. You don't need it to be quite so long, so I'll cut that down. And then using Oasis Well Adhesive Cold Glue, anchor that into place so that it doesn't come undone. So you just want to add a little glue right on the tip there. That way, when I set this in, I can let the fronds escape over. Anchor it down in. You can even curl it around a little bit, adjust them wherever you want them to be. Then you do the same technique with the succulent. So take the end and pierce it with a wood pick. Give it a cut. Just a little deeper. Then the cold glue to make sure it doesn't let go. And then finding the perfect spot, maybe tucking it down underneath some of the fronds, moving them out of the way, finding the hole, and then nestling it in, and then add any more succulents, any more fronds until you're finished. As you finish your bouquet, you want to take it and look at it from all sides. Make sure there's no holes. You don't want any foam to show anywhere. Double check that you've got it just full and lush. Super fabulous. All these different colors, all these different textures working well together. Double check yourself. You want it perfect. Then, just like any garden, nothing is ever exactly perfect. Little weeds crop up, and sometimes the weeds are the most beautiful ever. Remember being a little kid and the dandelions? Well, let's add some dandelions to our bouquet. Little tiny, tiny chrysanthemums, delicate blooms, and just a touch. You don't want a lot. You want them sneaking in and growing up and over. A little unconventional, a little edgy, a little bohemian. The beauty of buying flowers from 50flowers.com is they always are fabulous. It's pre-selected for you, so you don't have to work too hard. Then there's always an abundance left over. You'll have plenty for centerpieces, bridesmaids, corsages, boutonnieres, or even making a special ring for your bridesmaids or for yourself for the reception. It's fast and easy to make these, and oh so fabulous if you know the tricks. Now if you want more creative inspiration or if you have questions, you can reach us through the website at flowerschool.com. If it's easier, pick up the telephone, give me a call. I'm happy to chat with you about all the different materials I used. My number, 503-223-8089. And of course, I'd love to see what you create. Take a picture and email it to me, Leanne at floraldesigninstitute.com, or hashtag it with hashtag Floral Design Institute so we all can see. Again, thanks to 50flowers.com for so many fabulous things. And thank you for joining me. Now it's your turn. Have fun and do something you love.